As the inventor of the restaurant cleanse, a protocol where you eat one meal a day at a restaurant of your choosing, I'm no stranger to fad diets. I thrive on them. I miss them. Some might say I'm still on one. Rude people that are going to hell. I've done them all: keto, OMAD, fruitarian, everything in between. So I know how to spot one, and I can see it a mile away. Meat and fruit. The next fad is gonna storm like a rocket. We're all gonna try it. I'm not. I don't want to kill baby lambs with my teeth. Let's talk about, is it healthy? Is it ethical? Are you doing it right now? How dare you? Give me that. I'm hungry. I'm vegan. I gotta admit, fad diets are kind of fun. They're just so intriguing. Somebody will come up with an idea and they sound so confident in it, and they're just like, here it is. This is why we're sick. Lectins. Avoid these foods and you're boom, health. No, you're stupid. In my opinion, to be a successful fad diet artist, you need to come up with a simple protocol, something so simple but unique. It's so intriguing. Like the carnivore diet. It's like, really? All plants are toxic. Okay. People are getting results. You can't argue with it. People feel better. Like, okay, you're gonna burn in the hellfires with your buddy Stan down there, and you're gonna rent a little boat on a river of fire. Where are you gonna go? There's no birds. All the birds are on fire down there. But whatever, I ain't mad at my carnivore homies. I like to poke a little stab in the gut. Just a little. I find it fun just to make fun of anything. That's my passion in life, to make fun of you. So carnivore, I miss it. I wish I could do it right now. I wish no animals had to die. Then I'd be on it. I'd be on it 100%. But I think people run into problems with it long term. Like, it's very deficient in everything we know to be beneficial to mankind. Just all the antioxidants, vitamin C, like every little nutrient in fruits and vegetables remove. I don't know how they thrive. Some do, though. So let's just give it to them. Congratulations. But what would be the one food that you would add? The carnivores say all plants are toxic, but most of them agree that fruits are the least toxic. Because it's true, they want to be eaten. They don't produce the same things that spinach does. Spinach is a dumb plant just sitting there like, oh God, I'm easy prey here. All right, let's boost those oxalate uptakes. Somebody will bite me, but they'll feel it eventually. Oh, the humans they're eating most of me. Oh, they don't feel it. They ignore the systems. I actually don't like spinach now. I can taste it. I was eating some plain, and I can feel the stinginess in the throat. Oxalates. You win, plant. You got your wish. I threw you in the garbage. I still plucked you out of the earth. Take that. So a bunch of people are promoting this diet now. I don't know how long people have been doing it. It's basically the paleo diet, though. Meat and fruit. Like, paleo is meat, fruits, and veggies. For the most part. And then some people added starch in there. They're like, oh, sweet potatoes are fine too. It's just an old diet. There's nothing new to it, but say you do remove all vegetables, just meat and fruit. Very simple. Eat that together. How does that digest? Let's just side tangent for a second. How are you going to eat a fatty steak with some watermelon? Eat the steak first, then a big bowl of watermelon. What's going to gurgle in your gut? Many gases newly discovered in you. But let's just pretend for a second that we were cavemen and these are the foods we used to access. Just completely ignoring all the advanced architecture that we see around the planet. Not realizing, oh, our ancient civilizations and our ancestors were actually more advanced than us. So the caveman theory doesn't ever pan out. Don't worry about it. Trust me, we had sticks thrown at deer. But let's look at the positives and the potential negatives of a meat and fruit diet. The positives, that's got to be the most delicious, natural style diet. The tastiest two food groups, like meat is very satiating and delicious. Fruit, you don't have to cook it. It's just bursting with flavor. So you get fruits and your satisfying, salty, savory thing. Like, that's where most fruitarians struggle, I believe. I'm one. That just, where's the satiation? Where's the savory taste? Cucumbers and tomatoes and avocado, like, you get sick of that. It ain't enough. I'm resorting to like chickpea pasta now, tofu the odd night. Life sucks. I got some cashews. Those are fun. I'm gonna die. But in theory, pretty good diet. You got your delicious fruits and meats. You got tons of carbs for energy. You got all this protein to build muscle. It's like, what could go wrong? Not much anti-nutrients. You do have to murder, death, kill a happy little rabbit. Snake diet seems to be thriving on it. He shouted it in my general direction. I see you. He seems to be happy on it. And somebody said, oh, why don't you try Paul Saladino's meat and fruit diet? I was like, how did he make the diet? Didn't he just write the carnivore diet book? It was a shit book. I reviewed it, I think. It sucked. He's probably working on a new meat and fruit book to debunk his old book. You can't trust YouTubers. We're scum. We're scum of the earth. The alarm bells that go off in my mind about this diet, one, you still have to kill animals, so it's not really sustainable for the entire world to do it. It's like, that's a lot of meat. That's a lot of gatherings, fenced off areas. It's just cows shitting everywhere. Like, that's the world you want? That's not going to be a great looking world. And just a lot of torture, and it's brute. It's brute. It's mean. Captivity, animals, enslavement. That's my vegan hippie mind speaking. Not a fan. Digestively speaking, it sounds like a nightmare. Just mixing them, if you mix them in the same meal, I can't imagine that going well. Especially if you eat the meat first and then fruit. Can you mix them like bite after bite? That would be weird. Like, lamb, grapes. Would it even go together? That's strange. And if you eat the fruit first, so much water diluting your stomach acid, then you add the meat. How are you gonna digest that? I don't know, I worry. And we all know the transit times. Like, fruit is like an 8-hour transit time if you don't have anything stopping it from moving. Meat is more like 72 hours, something like that. So like, the fruit and meat diet, just constant slow meat with fast fruit. I can't imagine that working. But how's it working for you? Is it working? Is my mind wrong? Then there's the mixing of the sugar and the fat, which you're not supposed to do. I don't know, some people do it, but that's diabetes town waiting to happen. I saw a Snake Diet's video on it, and he was like, yeah, only eat lean meat. But even lean meat is pretty fatty. There's a lot of fat. There's nothing you could eat that doesn't have fat. I worry. Even skinless chicken breast is like 25% fat. It's almost all fat. It's gurgled. Gurgle fat. Did you notice the camera change? My battery died. Poor little Fuge. Let's rest in peace. It's a pretty cool diet on paper. If I wasn't a vegan YouTuber with a heart, I'd be on it right now. Because I'm almost replicating it with my, like, mostly fruit, but some tofu and other higher protein like the chickpea pasta. It's kind of like a vegan's version of meat and fruit. Just not satiating at all. It's not that I'm hungry all the time. It's just that I want to eat right now. And I will, as soon as this video's over. I'm not going to end it now to go eat. Not before you thumb up the video. You know what I mean? I think people are going to struggle on it though because they're mixing too much carbs and fat. The carnivore diet works because you're so on that side of fat burning. You remove the carbs, so like you're burning up all this fat that you're eating. It doesn't stick around in the blood, clogging up everything. It might be still. We don't know. But on the fruit side, like you're cleansing, you're all high carb, you don't want much fat so you can burn the sugar, and you're gonna mix them both. It sounds like a nightmare, a diabetic nightmare waiting to happen, and animals are killed. And the transit time, I don't see it, but you do you. You do it. Just write a book. I'll buy it. I'll buy it after you thumb up the video. I'm not hungry. What do you... 7 people have thumbed it down. It's climbing every second. You didn't even watch the video. How do you know how it deserves the thumb? What direction does the thumb go? Up. Some might put it down because they're making a sandwich. It's a mango bun with lamb. It's going to be too juicy to hold. The reason wheat buns exist because it's like cleansing for your hands. It's like a napkin. The mushroom burger bun is stupid. The thing is wet and it shrinks, much like my... I'm going to go. subscribing,